everybody. Happy New Year. Hope you had a good Christmas, good time off. Me, I definitely did not. I had one of the worst Christmases and New Years we've ever had as a family. I think it was on the night of Christmas Day, so Christmas Eve in the night. The entire family came down with colds, coughs, everything going under the sun. So we had to cancel both of our parents coming around for Christmas Day. And in fact, Erica's parents cooked us our Christmas roast, and then Erica then drove, picked it up on 2 plates and brought it back with us so we could actually have a Christmas meal on Christmas Day. Because we had all the food, we had to give it to our parents so they could actually enjoy their Christmas Day whilst we curled up and died on our own on Christmas Day. So not a good time. And pretty much all the way through until New Year's Day, we were ill. So that whole week that I'd taken off of work was a complete wipeout. Yay, ready for work though. Something we do every year though is we plan for our next year. Towards the end of every single year, we take a holiday, we take a week away, and in the evenings on that holiday, we will plan the next year. So we'll sit down and figure out what we want to do next year, what we want the business to do, what we personally want to do, whether there's any new hobbies we want to do, anything along those lines. We write it down, and then we plan how we're going to achieve that the next year. Now that can be anything from holidays to family time, to new cars, new bathrooms. Anything you want to do whatsoever throughout the next year goes on that list, regardless of what it is. For me this year, a couple of things and my own personal goals were to get back into ice hockey, to get back into playing my drums, and those kind of things that really make me tick, but I just didn't get a chance to do them really last year. So that's one on top of my priorities for 2019. And then once that planning is finished, we then look at how we're going to achieve that next year. So of course you can plan out whatever you want to, but you need to figure out a way of getting there. We look over the financials and we see what does Techers need to do for us to achieve those goals next year, whether those are business goals or personal goals, because the business performing well is what funds both the personal and business goals. So we need to figure out how we're going to get there and what the business needs to do to achieve that. Say for example that those goals we want to achieve next year equate to about 100 grand profit, 100 extra £1,000 profit in 2019. Well, we run that back at a really granular level and say, what does Techers need to do to generate the £100,000 profit to allow us and to allow the business to achieve what we want it to achieve in 2019. And that can run back as far as what we need to generate on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, and that includes things like how many customers do we need, how many quotes do we need to generate, how many leads do we need, and using all of those figures gives us actual tangible targets to hit throughout the next year. And then those goals follow into that profit first method I was mentioning in my last video, where you take a percentage of the earnings and you split it between different accounts. For example, we have an office move account ready for us moving offices. So I know that we have a chunk of money that's sat there ready to spend on our new offices. I don't have to go and speak to our accountants and find out how much magical money we've got sat in paper accounts somewhere. I can just say straight away, I have this much money in this bank account. I can now spend on furniture, on office move costs, and anything we like. Flowing on from this, of course, there needs to be a way of tracking absolutely everything we're doing. All of the marketing stuff we're doing in 2019, and I've spent some time creating quite a long and complicated Excel spreadsheet, but it tracks every single penny we spend on marketing, because if we're not tracking anything, then how do we know if we're actually going to achieve our goals? Anything to do with marketing, anything to do with lead generation, and it will track how much we've spent on it, how many leads we've got out of it, how many quotes were generated from those leads, and how much business was won from those quotes, from those leads. And it flows all the way back. It gives us an average spend per customer. It gives us the average cost to acquire the customer. And it really helps our marketing because we can very accurately pinpoint and say that particular Facebook campaign was useless, waste of money, won't do it again. Google AdWords, doing brilliantly, let's carry on running those. And it's brilliant to be able to track everything at that granular level. You can just focus on what's working and you can just bin everything that's not working. Focus on the marketing that works for us. Marketing is still a black art for us. We're still very much trying to figure it out and get into things. We don't know what we're doing. We're just making it up along as we go, really, with the marketing. We're trying out so many different things in terms of marketing, from Google ads to Facebook ads to LinkedIn adverts to the YouTube videos we're doing right here now, to the newsletters we put out, to the online marketing, to updating the website. There's so many different pillars and marketing pillars we're looking to use this year in 2019. And the way we're tracking lots of this is using something called Bright Gauge. I've got a screen right next to me on my desk every single day. Whenever I sit down, it's got my main KPIs, my key performance indicators. I can see how many tickets are being raised by customers. I can see how many new customers we're speaking to. I can see how quickly we're closing those tickets, our average response times, the money in our bank. I can see absolutely everything at just a glance away from my main screen. And we have weekly emails that go around all the team, and they know exactly where we are in terms of meeting those KPIs and achieving our goals for the year. Absolutely everything we do here is geared towards consistent, continual improvement, and we can make sure that today is better than yesterday, was better than the day before. And we use BrightGauge to track lots of this information, because to do this on paper would just be near on impossible. To have something that can pull all the information out of your systems, the BrightGauge system pulls information out from our ticketing system, from our monitoring systems, from our financial systems, from our CRM systems, and it pulls it all in one place and just shows us a very, very nicely presented report. We can drill down into anything we want to. So if we're wondering why the response times are a little higher this week, we can click into that and drill down and see exactly which tickets have taken longer to respond to, why they've taken longer to respond to. And it also integrates with everything that you need it to. It integrates with QuickBooks, with Xero, with SQL databases, customer feedback tools, Salesforce. There's so many systems on there that it feeds into that you can just pull the information out of and have it presented to you very simply in front of you on a screen or on a report. So how are you guys planning for 2019? Are you planning for 2019, or are you just winging it? I know we did that in the first few years. We were just, constantly working and hoping the more we work, then the better we'll do. Seemed to work out all right for us, but I know that now we're actually planning things. We've got targets we want to hit, we've got certain goals we want to meet, and we make sure we do those, and we will consistently and continually improve our company. Let me know in the comments below, and yeah, I think that's it. So hustle hard for 2019. Know why you're hustling, but hustle hard. And yeah, same as before, like the video if you did, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.